Hi guys, another episode of Spotted in the Wild, a MikroTik YouTube show where you get paid for sending us your MikroTik setups or MikroTik devices that you've seen outside or maybe while you're being a guest somewhere, but don't send us secret objects if you can. So, let's go. Let's dive right in. The first submission for today comes from the notorious social media X. And this is a cluster of, I think, M4 Mac minis. And in the background you can see a stack of MikroTik switches. So what could this setup be? Judging from the whole look, I guess it has something to do with AI. Maybe they are training a large language model. Some, I don't know, maybe rendering, but I think this might be an AI setup. So maybe tell me in the comments, what do you think about this setup? What is the use case here? Some big data simulations. It could be anything, because the Mac Minis are quite powerful for the price that they offer, and the solar MikroTik switches. So amazing setup, but let's move on. Oh my god, we have another chicken. What is up with the farm animals and switches? And what is this here? Oh, a hex. So I wonder what other farm animals are we going to see in the Spotted in the Wild series. I'm really hoping for a donkey. I love donkeys. Somehow the Shrek universe keeps pulling me back. The constant viewers of this channel might remember something. But let's move on. I'm feeling energetic today. Not so much rambling, but okay, now we have a submission from Walpaka. So they've sent us, I think this is the third submission from Walpaka. This one is one of our put together L11 UG boards running in our Wi-Fi 6 network, passing over 200 megabits per second along with the MikroTik mount kit. I love to see these do-it-yourself router board setups. Definitely keep them coming. Always interesting to see the exact approach of the how you solve the problem with these DIY tools. So very cool. Thank you for showing us. I wonder if there's you even have the drip loop, so that the water doesn't actually gather near the connection point. So excellent. Nothing to add. This is great. Okay, let's move on. Now we have a very interesting submission and a rather long and very thoughtful email. So let me open that. For security reasons, my email has logged me out, so I have to log in again. Hello, MikroTik team. My internet name is Katsuro Kurosaki. I am from Spain, and I would like to share some pictures of MikroTik devices I have at my home and family business. Also, my online identity represents an Iberian Lynx, a feline from South Spain. Well, definitely an unexpected submission, but it brings so much joy to me for so many reasons. And Lynx is not only found in Spain, but also this is one of the most beloved animals here in Latvia. We have Lynx, or is Lynx and Bobcat the same thing? I think it is. So we have bobcats in our forests. They can be a bit scary, you don't see them every time. But we even have lynx on the coat of arms of one of the cities in Latvia. I think it is Jēkabpils, which translates as Jacob's Castle. So yeah, very cool that you have a lynx persona. Definitely one of the coolest, not only animals, but even in the inherently cool cat kingdom. Lynx is definitely one of the coolest. So yeah, but now back to the devices. I bought the first MikroTik RB433 with Wi-Fi card on June 2012. As you can see, the date on the attached invoice. Very thoughtful. You have all your documents in order. You've even sent an invoice. Very nice. We have been a loyal customer since then. All devices worked like a charm. Yes. And we were the first hotel in the village to offer Wi-Fi in the common areas and backrooms back then. This is a good reminder how far we've all have come, right? Nowadays you will not surprise anyone with Wi-Fi in the hotel or even sometimes outside, like we have Wi-Fi in the parks. But it is so cool to hear from one of the pioneers of public Wi-Fi. Over the years, new devices came and went. RB 2011 as the new internet gateway, the first app ever released, which you gifted me. Oh, this is cool. CAP, RB 450 until nowadays. CAP AX cubed as internet gateway, CAP AX for APs, CRS 112 as a switch for those APs, and RB 450G as a switch for the PC. You have the whole kit. You have an impressive arsenal of MikroTik devices. So, and PS, I miss MikroTik with a buzzer. I can't play Super Mario or Imperial March on the new units. See attached scripts. I will be very careful with the attachments. Otherwise, the IT security department here at MikroTik will not be happy with me. But impressive submission from DSL to fiber and even some DIY stuff. You've seen it all. You're a real MikroTik veteran. Now, when it comes to buzzers and beepers, fair point, but maybe you've missed it. We have reintroduced to some of the latest products this feature, Mantbox AX, Netbox AX. And of course the router board, the new DIY devices, L11, so tough to pronounce, L11, and L23, they have beepers. So I think with your experience you will definitely be able to build something very, very cool with the router boards, the new ones, with the beeper. So please do it and show me what you've built. But other than that, very cool submission. Oh, and you're from Spain. I hope you're safe with the whole electricity thing. Like quite recently, Spain and Portugal has suffered some blackouts. So stay safe and stay MikroTik. Okay, let's move on. Dear MikroTik team, here are two pictures of one of our fiber optic locations. Perhaps you could use this for the spotted in the wild. There were these connect 96 fiber to the home to our network. Well, if I would add anything to this submission, I would probably ruin it, because it is perfect. Clean cable work, custom printed these brackets, and you even have branding on the 3D printed brackets, which is such a nice attention to detail. Now let me bring the rest of you who is watching this a little fun fact. I always look at the email domain that sends me these submissions, and I noticed that this is from Switzerland, but the domain is CH, and I was surprised. Maybe you all know this, but I didn't know this, why Switzerland is CH. Turns out it comes from Latin. It is like Confederation Helvetica, something like that, which turns out to be the original name for Switzerland. The Helvetii tribe was an ancient Celtic tribe that lived in that place. So I only knew about the font Helvetica, so I'm not the most educated man. So there's your fun fact. But yeah, thank you for the nice clean submission. Let's move on. Hello MikroTik. Just another MikroTik spotted in the wild, running 10 gigabit core CRS 317 for storage and Proxmox cluster duty. By the way, I think we have some nice Proxmox MikroTik videos for those of you who want to learn more. Mainly as tag trunk ports and another CRS 112 PoE to power cameras and caps, not pictured, with an RB5009 router connected to a gigabit uplink. Many thanks to MikroTik for providing first-class networking gear. This network serves several cloud workloads and a robust storage network for fast replication and system backup. It runs 24/7. I love self-hosting my own web services, email, PBX, all on virtualized platforms. This is great because quite recently we've been talking a lot about self-hosting, which is definitely something that we see as the future of networking in general. Social media, all sorts of services, of course email, because it's not just about security, it's about, well, in a way it's even about democracy, right? Because when you let all the algorithms of third-party social media decide what you see, it can distort what you think. So self-hosted is definitely the next big thing. Also, you're saying powered on the dust. You can see it running 24/7 like all MikroTik devices. Derek in Saudi Daisy, Tennessee. Tennessee. That's the world capital of all things rock and roll and blues, right? So definitely sounds like a lovely place, if I'm correct. And don't apologize for the dust. I don't think that this is like messy type of dust. This is patina, battleware. This dust shows the experience, the hard work that could not be seen sometimes in a perfectly polished setup. So real setup from a real MikroTik professional. I can appreciate that, and I think everyone watching this can too. So thank you, Derek. Very cool. And don't worry about the dust. You can always clean up, but somebody who only knows how to clean up would not be able to do what you do. So great job. Now we have a submission from Nathaniel B. Lyon, the founder and president of Northfield WiFi. Sadly, there is no text, but for a good reason, because these pictures, they say more than 1,000 words, like the Raffaello candies. Do you know them? The coconut and Anyway, gorgeous view. When you have a view like this, you're not just managing a network, you're commanding a territory. This looks like a watchtower. So what do we see here? We see some switches, we see an HAPAX cubed, very nice, net power. So you have the full kit, but makes sense since this is obviously a professional commercial setup. But what is this? It's some punch down blocks, but I'm too young and too marketing to know what this is. Maybe you could tell me in the comments. It looks like some old school, like the telephony, you know, for the communications, but I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me. I can only guess the like the basic direction of this. Like I think this is about like pre-internet communications, something like that. But please educate me in the comments. I know that our community is one of the core talents of the MikroTik community is being able to share the knowledge. And me, not being the most knowledgeable guy, I'm constantly taking advantage of that. So thank you, guys. And thank you, Nathaniel. Beautiful setup. Okay, let's move now from the United States to Romania. Now, we have an email with some sensitive data, so I have to be careful. I will only tell you some summary of this. So, here we see an LHG and the router board 1100 AH. So this is one of the older devices, but it's still kicking, and this is one of the, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful enclosures we've ever had, because it is aluminum and it has this very brutal look. Before we started adding the I would say the very neat, very even romantic looking patterns, this is like about brutalism. So what is this setup? Why LHG? What's going on? So this is a part of the Romanian official GNSS reference station, and from Mihail Cretu. Unfortunately, I want to be very careful, because you wrote a lot of things in this email, but at the very end you're saying that not all of that should be shared, but you're not super specific about what is and what isn't secret, so I won't be sharing anything, but it's still nice to see this setup and to get the general gist of it. Thank you. Okay, now let's move on to something that holds my conscience as how do you say it? Well, captivated, because I feel guilty, because this is one of the lost emails that I found only after some time. So, hi Victors, here is some interesting stuff for you. This is test setup for fiber ring monitoring system, 5 rings in one RSTP network. Each CRS326 is placed into a point of presence of a fiber to the home network and connects the monitoring equipment to the network. On the first image you see a CRS328 PoE switch. It is for powering the switches and managing the configs. Well, talk about underselling, right? You say, oh, some interesting stuff, and then you show a completely unique fiber ring monitoring system. So yeah, this is a very cool setup, but this Steven here is also a veteran of Spotted in the Wild series, because some time ago we showcased the IKEA MikroTik lamp when Steven invited us to his living room, so that's cool. And we also have another submission from Steven for today. Let me open it. Another submission from Stepan, not Steven. Jesus, what is it with me today? Stepan, so sorry. But this setup, I have to show it. It is so cool. So this is the network at my holiday home. SXT connects to the local WISP. We share it with our neighbors, so don't tell anyone. Lots of cable spaghetti. On the other pictures, the router is RB3011, and there are 2 CRS326 switches, 3 WAPs outside, 2 cap lights and 2 cap ACs. And also, can you spot the Starlink dish? This is a PAT and MAT style network. So first of all, this is one of the, I think, key MikroTik use cases. You are sharing the connection with your neighbors. We've seen it so many times before and we love it. This is what networking is all about, and it's even implied in the name, right? Networking. So very cool. Bless your kind heart for helping your neighbors, and we will keep it a secret from your ISP. Very nice. Also, do you know that we've released a new Wi-Fi 6 SXT? So maybe that's something that could be useful for this setup. Now, when it comes to the cable spaghetti, it's a work in progress, you know, but the building itself looks very interesting. It looks like in Latvia, if I would see a building like this, I would think that this used to be a school. So, was it a school? And also, another thing, you say that this is a PAT and MAT style network. I had to Google this. This is an old cartoon that for some reason was popular in Czechia, in Slovakia, obvious reasons, right? And Netherlands, which Stefan is from, I think. So such a weird combination, Slovakia, Czechia and Netherlands. And first I thought this Pat and Matt, when I watched just the pictures from it, I thought this is like the Polish Lolek and Bolek, you know. But no, this is a very cool cartoon that should be seen by all network engineers. It's about two guys that go around and they break stuff and they fix stuff. So this is a DIY team of, I would say, engineers. So thank you, Stefan, for the cool submissions, for staying with us for so long, and also for showing me some cool content. But look at me rambling. This is all the time we have for today, but keep sending me some submissions, keep getting the coupons for the MikroTik merch store, and see you in the next episode. So, as we finished filming this a bit chaotic episode, one of my colleagues sent me a very cool link that I want to show you too. So this is from the German news outlet Deutsche Welle. What is my pronunciation? Deutsche Welle, no? For some reason I speak like I'm trying to do an Italian voice. Anyway, the news is China leads in deep sea mining for rare earths. Can the US catch up? And they have like some submarine vehicles, and take a look. These are MikroTik switches in the deep sea mining submarine robotic thing. How cool is that? It looks like Death Star, right? A little bit. But I guess this could be the world record for the deepest MikroTik device. So for the next episode I have 3 challenges for you. If you can find some MikroTik devices that are deep underground or deep underwater, this is one thing that would be very cool to see. As always, send some DIY stuff as well. But also I just remembered the Wowpaka submission. One of the times they sent us something was from when there was a house that burned down, but the MikroTik devices survived. So another cool thing that could be nice to see, do you have some very, very old MikroTik devices that have seen all sorts of stuff? We would like to see them, because longevity is also a key element of MikroTik, right? We survive in the deep sea, we survive fires. I've seen MikroTik devices shot with 9mm handguns. One time there was this switch that some delivery guy just like bent in half, and it worked. So another example, I remember the Or mountain range in Czechia. I think there was this block of ice where you can only see the lights through the ice, and also these devices worked. So yeah, from the deep sea to the icy mountains, show me everything.